Only marrying her because of the baby," he said, his voice calm, as if it wasn't the end of my world. Samira froze in the hotel hallway, one hand pressed to her swollen belly. She heard his voice through the door, low and unbothered. "Come on, Liv," he laughed. "Don't act shocked. If she wasn't pregnant, I'd be gone." A woman giggled. "You're terrible, Ray." He chuckled. "She thinks this is love. She's nothing without that kid."
If you love gripping and emotional stories that keep you hooked, don't forget to hit like and subscribe my channel, Africa FolkStory. Join our journey for more mind-bending tales every day.
Samira swallowed hard. Her knees trembled. She pressed her ear closer. More laughter, soft moaning. The bed squeaked. Samira's eyes burned but didn't release a single tear. She fumbled with her phone, activating the recorder. Her thumb shook so badly she almost dropped it. Ray's voice was clear, smug, cruel. She let it record. Every vile word, every lie, every betrayal. She didn't sob, didn't scream, just breathed, slow, measured, like a woman trying not to shatter. After 6 agonizing minutes, she stopped the recording. She backed away, nearly stumbling. She turned, pressed the elevator button, and exhaled like someone giving birth to a new self. In the Uber back, she cradled her stomach with both hands, not out of pride but out of defiance. The driver asked if she was okay. She couldn't speak. She just nodded, tears finally brimming but refusing to fall. When she reached home, the house was chaos. Aunties frying meat outside, kids shrieking, her mother arguing about flowers, laughter everywhere. Samira moved like a ghost. She locked herself in her room, slid to the floor, played the recording back once, then twice. Her own breathing synced with her unborn child's kicks. She whispered, and determined, "I'm not the fool you think I am, Ray. Tomorrow, I'll show you." Her fingers dug into the carpet. She wasn't sure if the ache in her chest was heartbreak or rage. It didn't matter. She would use both. She lay down fully dressed, the phone screen still lit beside her. She didn't sleep, she just waited for dawn. The sun rose on a house that thought today was for joy. Women sang gospel in the kitchen. Someone ironed her dress. Kids ran with confetti. Samira watched it all like an outsider. She ate nothing, spoke to no one. In her room she made 2 calls. First was to Uncle Charles. He picked up on the first ring. "Niece, excited for the big day?" "No," she said flatly. "I need your help." Silence. "What's wrong?" "Pull your investment from Ray's company." He cursed softly. "Now, before it's too late." Samira, what the hell did he do? Clenched. She clenched her jaw. "I'll explain later. Just do it." A long pause. "I'll make the call. Thank you." She ended it. Second call was to Ms. Ade, the registrar. The woman was all cheer. "Samira, you ready to become Mrs. Ray today?" Samira's voice was ice. "Cancel the license." Silence. "Pardon?" Commanding. "I want it invalid before noon." "Samira, is everything okay?" "No. Please." "I'll pay the fee. Just do it." A sharp breath on the other end. "I'll take care of it. Thank you." She hung up and exhaled. Her veil waited on the door. Her bouquet sat on the chair. She hated them both. A knock came. It was her cousin Tara, smiling too much. "Bride-to-be!" Samira didn't return it. Tara sat beside her. "You look tired." Samira shrugged. "Didn't sleep." "Nerves," Tara said, touching her arm. Samira didn't move. Tara kept talking. "Ray's so lucky. Loyal, handsome, successful." Samira turned her head slowly. "Loyal?" Tara froze, coughed. "Of course." Samira smiled. A cold, humorless smile. "Thanks for the pep talk." Tara stood abruptly. "Call me if you need anything." She left quickly. Samira waited until the door closed. Then she picked up her phone again, checked the recording, replayed the moaning, the laughter, Ray's confession. She pressed her lips together so hard they hurt. Today, she whispered to her reflection, "I'm not walking into love. I'm walking into war. Cars gleamed in the sun, children danced, cameras rolled. Samira sat in the back seat, veil over her face. Her father held her hand. "Ready, my daughter?" She didn't look at him. Ready. Outside, Ray stood in a charcoal suit, grinning. He shook hands, slapped backs, waved at guests. He was perfect, polished, a lie in human form. Beside him, Tara posed in her satin gown. She stole glances at Ray, biting her lip. Inside the car, Samira adjusted her bouquet. Her fingers found the hidden Bluetooth transmitter. She clicked it twice to test it. It lit green. She smiled grimly. The driver opened the door. The air changed. Guests gasped. "The bride is here!" Samira stepped out carefully, one hand under her belly. Phones flashed. People cheered. She didn't hear any of it. She walked slowly. Each step was deliberate, measured. Her eyes stayed on Ray, considered, grinning. He beamed. Leaned toward his best man. "Told you she'd come." The man chuckled. "Bro, she's glowing." Ray grinned. "Can't wait to own her." Samira didn't blink, didn't wave, didn't smile. Inside the church, flowers cascaded from the altar, chairs lined perfectly. A banner read, "Welcome to the union of Samira and Ray." She read it like an accusation. The organ played. She reached the altar. Her father kissed her cheek. Ray whispered, "You're stunning." She didn't answer. Pastor Cole smiled warmly. "Shall we begin?" Ray nodded eagerly. Vows were said. Ray spoke sweetly. About forever, about protection, about love. People clapped. Tears were wiped. Pastor turned to Samira. "Your vows." She exhaled, took the mic, paused. Her fingers brushed the bouquet. She pressed the hidden button. The speakers crackled. Then Ray's voice filled the hall. "Samira's too emotional these days. She thinks this is love. I'm only marrying her because of the baby." A woman's laughter, moaning, kissing sounds, gasps erupted. People turned, murmurs grew. Ray lunged for the mic. Pastor held him back. Samira's eyes gleamed. "Let it finish," she said. And the hall fell silent except for Betrayal playing on full blast. When the recording ended, the silence was worse than the sound. Ray's face was grey. His mouth opened, but no words came. Samira held the mic steady. She turned to the crowd. "This is what I heard last night." She pointed at Ray. "Your beloved groom." Someone whimpered in the front row. Phones were out. Recording. Zooming in. Ray stepped forward. Pleading. "Samira, wait." She backed away. "Don't touch me." Pastor Cole's hand shook on the pulpit. "Samira, explain." She nodded. "This recording was made at the Royale Hotel, room 512. I stood outside the door. I listened." She swallowed. "While he planned how to own me, how to control me," Ray shouted. "She's lying. It's fake." Samira laughed once, cold. "You're so used to lying you don't know the sound of your own voice." She turned to the guests. "This wedding is cancelled." Gasps, sobs. Ray reached for her again. "Samira, please." She pulled her hand away so hard her veil slipped off. She let it fall. "Don't call me that like you love me." She turned her eyes to Tara. Her cousin froze. Samira pointed. "And you she is." The woman in the recording. Tara's knees buckled. She sat down hard. Her mother started wailing. Pastor closed his Bible quietly. Samira looked around. "I came here in white, but I won't stain it with his lies." She slipped off the engagement ring, held it up, dropped it to the floor with a hard clink. "I'd rather walk away alone than chained to betrayal." She handed the mic back. The hall was chaos. Some people clapped, some cursed, some cried. Ray fell to his knees. "Please don't do this." She didn't even glance at him. She lifted her dress, turned and walked down the aisle. Phones filmed every step. Outside, the sun hit her face. The breeze cooled her skin. For the first time in days, she felt something real. Freedom. Samira didn't look back once as she crossed the churchyard. The music had stopped. Guests parted for her like the sea. Phones hovered in the air. She didn't care. Her gown dragged through the dust. Her bouquet swung limply from her hand. Outside the gate, she exhaled hard. Her father was waiting by the car. He looked at her, eyes wet. "Samira." She stopped. He touched her shoulder. "Let's go home." She shook her head slowly, determined. "Not yet." He frowned. "What more is there?" She lifted her chin. "I'm not done." She turned and began walking back toward the church. Her father called her name but didn't follow. The crowd watched, murmuring. Her gown rippled behind her like a flag of war. Inside, the atmosphere was suffocating. Ray was on his knees at the altar. Tara sat in a front pew crying. Pastor Cole looked like he'd aged 10 years in 10 minutes. Samira climbed the steps slowly, asked quietly, "Pastor, may I speak one last time?" He blinked, nodded, voice cracked. "Yes." She took the mic with steady fingers. She turned to face the sea of guests. Her voice was low but clear. "For every woman here who's ever been lied to, for every woman who trusted a man who betrayed her, emotional, for every woman who carried a child while the father carried secrets." Her eyes burned. "But I will not carry shame." She turned to Ray. "You thought you owned me because of this baby. You mocked me while I prayed for you. You laughed while I planned our future." Ray's lip trembled. She didn't flinch. "I gave you my heart. I gave you my body. And you spit on both." She scanned the room. "But I won't cry here. Not for you. Not today." She took off her earrings, dropped them, removed the veil completely, laid it on the altar, declaring, "This wedding is over." She looked at Pastor Cole. "I'm leaving with my dignity intact." Then she handed back the mic and turned slowly. Her last words rang like thunder. "Proud. If anyone wants to record something today, record me choosing myself." The courtyard was a different world. Sunlight streamed down, hot and unbothered. People gathered in small groups whispering. Some wept, some shook their heads, a few clapped softly when she passed. Samira didn't meet anyone's eyes. Her cousin Tariq tried to grab her arm. "Samira, wait, what are you doing?" She shook him off. "I'm leaving." He looked panicked. "Anxious? But the guests, the food, your mother's waiting inside." She turned slowly, cutting, her voice cut like a blade. "Tell them the wedding is cancelled." He stared at her, stunned. She kept walking. Her father met her halfway. His face crumpled with relief. He opened the car door. She slid in wordlessly. The engine roared to life. As they drove off, she stared out the window, past the flowers, past the banners, past the balloons that now seemed like a joke. She didn't blink, didn't speak, didn't cry. Her father cleared his throat. "Samira." She didn't turn. "Yes." "You did the right thing." Her lips trembled once. She bit them hard. He reached over, squeezed her hand. "You are my daughter, my strong, brave daughter." She inhaled shakily. "Thank you." They drove in silence. Outside the city, vendors were still selling bright wrappers. Children chased tires down dusty roads. The world didn't stop for her heartbreak. Back at the family compound, the house was too quiet. No music, no laughter. The chairs for guests were stacked, unused. A pot of rice burned in the kitchen. Samira walked straight to her room. She locked the door, collapsed on the floor in her white dress. Her phone buzzed endlessly. Calls from Ray, from Tara, from random numbers. She turned it off, stared at the ceiling. Her baby kicked once. She placed a hand on her belly. "I'm sorry," she whispered, breaking. Her voice broke. "But I swear, I'll protect you." She curled onto her side, clutching her stomach, eyes open, heart thudding. "We'll never be used," she promised. Morning came with no joy. Samira sat on the edge of her bed. The veil lay crumpled on the floor. The bouquet was in the trash. Her gown was wrinkled, stained with tears she refused to shed. She rose slowly, looked in the mirror. Her eyes were red but steady. She picked up her phone, turned it on. Hundreds of messages flooded in. Some from friends, some from numbers she didn't recognize. Most were simple. "We're proud of you. You did the right thing." Others were venom. "You ruined everything. Shame on you." She scrolled once, twice, then threw the phone onto the bed. A knock at the door. Her father's voice, "Can I come in?" She sighed. "Yeah." He opened the door slowly, held a tray with tea and bread. He sat beside her on the bed. "Eat." She shook her head. "Not hungry." He didn't argue, just set it down. After a moment he spoke. "You know your mother and I, we fought too." She blinked, looked at him. He stared at the floor. "I did wrong once." She raised an eyebrow. "What?" He nodded. "When we were young, I talked to another woman." Samira's breath caught. Her father swallowed. "She forgave me, but I wish she'd made me sweat first." He turned to her. "Because men need to learn consequences." Samira let out a shaky laugh. He reached over and held her hand. "You did what even your mother couldn't. You walked." Tears welled in her eyes. He squeezed her fingers. "You didn't lose anything." She sniffed. He wiped her cheek with his thumb. "He lost you." She dropped her head onto his shoulder, finally sobbed. Just once. Long and ragged. He held her like she was 3 years old again. Outside, women were sweeping, children laughed, life moved on. But inside that room she let herself be a daughter. Just for a minute, Samira spent the afternoon making calls, not to apologize, not to explain, to execute. First she rang Uncle Charles. He answered immediately. "Tell me you're safe," she inhaled. "I am. Good. I made the call yesterday. My money's out of Ray's business. His accounts will feel it by tomorrow. Thank you." He hesitated. "Samira, I'm proud of you." She swallowed. "Thank you." Call ended. Next was to the registrar. Mrs. Ade answered. "Samira, it's done." Samira exhaled hard. "Officially?" "Officially. No marriage license. Nothing legal happened yesterday." Samira closed her eyes. "Thank you." She dropped the phone onto the bed, collapsed back onto the mattress. Her belly moved under her palm. She smiled. Bitter but real. "Free," she whispered. She stood, walked to the mirror, stared at her reflection. White dress gone. Now just a simple wrapper. Her hair undone, eyes clear. She lifted her chin. Tara called. She didn't answer. Ray called. She let it ring, then blocked him. She scrolled her contacts, deleted his number, deleted his photos, every message. Gone. A knock at her door. Her auntie peeked in. "Can I come?" Samira nodded. The older woman entered quietly, sat on the edge of the bed. "Child, you sure about this?" Samira met her eyes. "More sure than I've ever been." Her aunt sighed. "Ray's family is furious." "I know. They're blaming you." Samira snorted. "Let them." Her aunt shook her head. "Your strength scares them." Samira smiled sadly. "Good." Her aunt reached over, patted her hand. "You know your mother would be proud." Samira's lips quivered. "She didn't raise a fool." "No," her aunt agreed. "She raised a woman." They sat in silence. Finally her aunt stood. "Come eat." Samira hesitated, then nodded. She rose, straightened her wrapper, held her belly, and walked out of the room, head high. News travelled faster than Samira could breathe. By morning her phone was flooded. Texts, calls, voicemails, some women she hadn't spoken to in years. "You're my hero." "You saved yourself." "God bless you." Others were venom. "Shameful." "You humiliated him." "You'll regret this." Samira scrolled with blank eyes. She let the phone fall onto her lap. Her baby kicked. She pressed a hand over her belly. "Don't listen to them," she whispered. "You're why I walked." Outside, her father was talking to relatives. Some argued, some defended. She heard snippets through the window. She disgraced the whole family. She saved herself. Who'll marry her now? Samira didn't move, didn't respond. She closed her eyes, let the noise fade. Later that afternoon, she stepped out onto the front porch. Sunlight fell on her face. Her cousin Tariq was sitting on the step. He looked up, embarrassed. "Hey." She nodded. "Hey." He cleared his throat. I didn't know." She raised an eyebrow. "Didn't know what?" He swallowed. How bad he was. Samira's mouth tightened. "Most men don't want to know." He looked away. "I'm sorry." She softened a fraction. "I know." They sat in silence. Birds sang in the mango tree. Children ran past, chasing a kite. For a second, the world was normal. Then Tariq spoke again. "Your father, he's proud of you." She blinked. Her throat ached. "He told you that?" Tariq nodded. "He said you did what he wishes your mother had done years ago." Samira's eyes glistened. She looked up at the sky. Didn't speak. Couldn't. Tariq stood slowly, touched her shoulder once. "Whatever you need, I'm here." She didn't reply, but she didn't shake him off. He walked back inside. Samira exhaled shakily. Her fingers tightened over her belly. She whispered, almost to herself, "I didn't ruin my life. I saved it." Samira stared at the screen. Ray's words blinked back at her. "Please, just talk to me." She exhaled slowly. Her thumb hovered. Then she tossed the phone onto the chair. She wasn't ready. Not for that. Not today. She stood and walked into the house. The living room was crowded. Family, neighbors, everyone talking at once. When she entered, they fell silent. Eyes turned, some sympathetic, some judgmental. Her father cleared his throat. "Samira." She looked at him. He nodded to an empty chair. She sat. An older aunt began immediately, disapproving. "You should have kept it quiet." Samira didn't blink. "Why?" The aunt frowned. "For your dignity." Samira's voice was low. "Dignity isn't silence." Another uncle leaned forward. "You humiliated him publicly." She met his gaze. "He humiliated me privately." Her father raised a hand. "Enough." The room stilled. He turned to Samira. "Your decision stands?" She nodded firmly. "I will not marry him." Some people sighed. Others nodded. A cousin whispered, "She's brave." Her aunt huffed. "Brave or stubborn?" Samira lifted her chin. Alive. The room fell quiet. She rose slowly, held her belly, spoke clearly. "I'm raising this child in peace, without secrets, without manipulation, without fear." Her father's eyes glistened. He stood beside her, placed a hand on her shoulder. "This is my daughter. This is her choice, and I stand with her." Silence broke. Some people nodded. Some wiped their eyes. A few walked out in anger. Samira didn't flinch. She waited until they were gone. Then she sat back down. Her father squeezed her hand. They said nothing more. They didn't need to. Outside, the sky darkened. Thunder rumbled in the distance. Samira pressed her palm over her baby, felt a kick, smiled, sad but proud. Samira's hand shook. She read Tara's message twice. "Please, I need to see you. Don't hate me forever." She locked the phone, tossed it aside. Her chest heaved. She closed her eyes. Memories rushed back. Tara helping her pick the dress. Tara practicing flower arrangements. Tara lying, sleeping with Ray. Samira covered her face with both hands. She felt her heart hammer. Her baby moved. She dropped her hands, looked at her belly. "I'm sorry you heard all of this." A soft knock at the door, her father's voice. "Samira?" She cleared her throat. "Come in." He opened the door slowly, saw the tears in her eyes, said nothing, just sat beside her, held her hand. She didn't pull away. They sat like that for minutes. Finally she spoke. "She wants to see me." Her father sighed, confirming. "Tara?" She nodded. He squeezed her fingers. "You don't have to." She inhaled shakily. "But I want to." He frowned. "Why?" Her voice cracked. "To tell her she doesn't get to own my pain." He nodded once. "Then do it." She wiped her face, stood slowly. Her legs felt weak. She steadied herself on the wall. I'm going to meet her. He didn't argue, didn't offer advice, just stood too. I'll drive you. They left the room together. Outside, the air smelled of rain. The car ride was silent. When they arrived at Tara's house, Samira paused, hand on the door handle. Her father looked at her. You don't owe her anything. Samira nodded. I know. She opened the door, stepped out, walked slowly up the steps. Tara opened the door before she knocked. Her face was pale, eyes red. She burst into tears immediately. Samira, please. Samira raised a hand. Stop. Tara sobbed. Please don't hate me. I ruined everything. Samira's voice was calm but sharp. You didn't ruin everything. You ruined yourself. Tara fell to her knees. She sobbed so loudly it shook the walls. Samira, please, I'm begging you. Samira looked down at her, expression blank, heart pounding. I trusted you. Tara grabbed her dress. I know, I was stupid, weak, I didn't mean to. Samira yanked her dress free. Don't touch me. Tara's voice cracked. He promised me things, he lied to me too. Samira laughed once, bitter, short. You think that excuses it? Tara collapsed fully on the floor. Please don't tell everyone, don't destroy me. Samira's eyes glistened. She shook her head slowly. I didn't destroy you. You did. Tara sobbed harder. I'm sorry. Samira's voice lowered. I don't want your sorry. Tara gasped. Then what? Samira exhaled. I want you gone from my life. Tara froze, eyes wide. You mean, forever? Samira nodded. Forever. Silence swallowed the room. Tara hiccuped. But, family? Samira's voice was cold. Blood isn't always family. She turned, walked toward the door. Tara screamed behind her. Please, please, don't leave me. Samira didn't flinch. She opened the door, stepped outside. The air was heavy with coming rain. Her father waited by the car. He watched her face carefully, said nothing. She climbed in. He shut the door gently, started the engine. They drove in silence. Halfway home he spoke. Quiet, did you get what you needed? Samira's throat bobbed. She looked out the window. Raindrops hit the glass. Yeah, she whispered. I did. He nodded. Good. She closed her eyes, felt the baby move, pressed her palm to her belly, spoke so softly only she could hear. We're done with them. They don't get to be our story. Outside the rain fell harder, washed the dust from the world. Inside the car, Samira exhaled slowly. For the first time in days, her shoulders dropped, her fingers unclenched, her heart slowed. She felt the tiniest glimmer of peace. Samira woke up to sunlight. Real, warm, forgiving sunlight. No white gown on the door, no veil, no schedule to follow. She lay on her back, one hand on her belly. Felt the baby move. She smiled faintly. I kept my promise, she whispered. The house was quiet. She could hear her father outside talking to a neighbour, her mother humming in the kitchen. Normal, calm. She pushed herself up, walked slowly to the window, watched kids run past kicking a ball. Life didn't care if your heart was broken. It just kept going. Her phone buzzed. She picked it up reluctantly. A new message. This time not from Ray, not from Tara, from an unknown number. Samira, you don't know me, but your story saved me. I was going to stay with my cheating husband for the kids. After seeing what you did, I packed my things. Thank you. Samira read it twice. Her chest tightened. She sat on the edge of the bed, tears filled her eyes. But she let them fall this time. Not from pain, from something else. Relief, purpose. She typed back. I'm proud of you. Be safe. Be free. She set the phone down, looked at herself in the small mirror. Her hair was messy, her eyes were red, but there was something alive in them. She brushed her fingers through her hair, smiled crookedly. You're not ruined, she told her reflection. You're reborn. A knock at the door, her father's voice. Breakfast. She wiped her face quickly. Coming. She opened the door. He looked her over carefully, saw the tears, said nothing, just nodded and stepped aside. They walked to the table together. Her mother served her extra food. No words, just love in the silence. Samira chewed slowly, swallowed, put her spoon down. She wiped her lips with the back of her hand. She looked at her father. I want to help other women. He blinked. Her mother turned, listening. Samira took a deep breath. I want to tell my story. Her father frowned. Publicly? She nodded. I want to show them you can walk away. Her mother cleared her throat. People will talk. Samira lifted her chin. Let them. Her father sighed. Are you sure? She swallowed hard. Her voice didn't shake. Yes. Her mother wiped her hands on her apron. You have my blessing. Samira's eyes filled. She blinked them clear. Thank you. She finished eating, stood slowly. I'm going to start writing. Her father nodded. Tell the truth. Don't hold back. She smiled faintly. I won't. That afternoon she sat at the old wooden desk in her room, opened her small notebook. The paper felt cool under her palm. She picked up her pen. For a long moment she couldn't write. She just breathed. Then slowly, letter by letter, she began. My name is Samira. I was supposed to be someone's wife, but I chose to be something better. Myself. The words poured out. Her pen scratched angrily, furiously. She wrote everything. The love, the betrayal, the recording, the walk down the aisle, the truth that set her free. By sunset, her hand cramped. She dropped the pen, leaned back in the chair, read the pages, cried once, then closed the notebook. Her belly moved. She pressed a palm to it, whispered hoarsely, We did it. She closed her eyes, let the tears dry on her cheeks. Samira sat on the bed, staring at the message. We'd love to interview you about your story. Women everywhere want to know how you found the strength. She exhaled slowly. Her first instinct was to say no, to hide, to protect what was left of her peace. But then she remembered the message from the unknown woman, the one who left her cheating husband because of Samira's walk. She bit her lip, swallowed hard, typed slowly, Okay, let's talk. She hit send, her heart pounded. She dropped the phone and covered her face, breathed deeply. When she lowered her hands, she caught sight of the notebook on the desk, pages still open, the ink smeared from her tears. She wiped at it with her thumb, smiled. You're not a victim, she whispered to herself. You're a voice. Outside her room, she heard her parents talking. Soft, calm, safe. She closed the notebook carefully, set it aside, got up and walked to the mirror, ran her fingers over the slight swell of her belly. The baby kicked. She laughed once, short and wet. Guess we're famous now, huh? She brushed her hair back, straightened her wrapper, lifted her chin. Ready. Ready for interviews, for judgment, for praise, for hate. Ready for all of it, because she'd survived the worst. She'd survived loving a lie. She'd survived being humiliated publicly, and she'd walked out in white. But this time, she wore it for herself. She opened the door, stepped out into the corridor. Her father saw her first. Smiled gently. You okay? She nodded. I'm better. Her mother wiped her eyes. Whatever you do next, she said softly, do it proudly. Samira smiled at them both, held her belly. I will. She reached for her phone, ready to tell the world her truth.
If you love gripping and emotional stories that keep you hooked, don't forget to hit like and subscribe my channel, Africa FolkStory. Join our journey for more mind-bending tales every day.